What's up, guys? It is Plasma Dragon. That intro sucked. Dragons and Nomads, welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a while since my last upload, and I do apologize for that. I posted a video a little while ago talking about like the future of the channel, what I got going on. I'm in school right now, I'm working a part-time job, I've just been really busy, haven't had time to go out and make any sort of airsoft trips. It's been 2 months since I've last played airsoft, which is awful. I've been stuck inside basically for 2 months, or working, or whatever bullshit I've been doing. But real quick, I just kind of wanted to explain the contents of this video. So there's kind of two parts going on here. First of all, the main sector of what you're about to see. I am a student in the Sonoran Desert Institute. If you didn't watch my if you didn't watch my original video about like what's going on, one of the classes that I'm in is a finishings and engravings class, and one of the things that we talked about was hydrographics. You know, it is something that people genuinely do with their firearms, and something that we were learning about. So one of my assignments was to hydro dip something, and I decided to hydro dip my Lancer, the handguard and the stock. So getting into the second part of what this video is about, I am announcing Project Lancer, which is what I've decided to call it because I'm unoriginal. But basically it is going to be an attempt of me taking my old AEG and completely upgrading it. So I already have a new hop-up, new bucking, new inner barrel in it. That's all been upgraded. In terms of the furniture, it's all just the stock polymer furniture. None of it is, you know, pretty fancy. I don't really mind the stock furniture. I would like to replace the stock itself, maybe for like a slimmer style stock, but I was thinking about getting a new handguard, getting some other stuff. I've done a couple of other bits and pieces to it, which I think I have a video for from a few weeks ago when I first thought of the idea to make this video. What the fuck, dude? Call your hits. Oh, hey guys. Didn't see you there. I was LARPing. So this is my Gen 3 Lance Tactical. I've had it for quite a while, and it's a pretty simple AEG. It's got a pretty nice MOSFET inside of it for how much it costs. This is like a $230, $240 gun, depending on like what model you get and everything like that. This one originally came with this 13-inch handguard on it, which I call my Long Boi. So I currently have the short one on it, which I call my Small Boy. And I've done a couple of modifications to this gun, and moving forward I'm going to do even more modification. What I've gone ahead and done to this gun already is to the lower receiver I have attached an ambidextrous magazine release. So you have one, your standard one on the right side of the firearm, or replica I should say, and then on the left side of the one here. This is the one that was on my Noveski originally, so I just took it out and had the idea to throw it on this, and it works. On the upper receiver of the Long Boi barrel, you may have already seen it, but I put a recessed suppressor inside of it. So what I did is I took the barrel from the Noveski, which is only actually about this long to where my index fingers are. So right in between there is the barrel length for the Noveski, and then the suppressor, which starts right here and, you know, obviously ends right here. So it's like a 7-inch long suppressor. But the problem with these adapters is when I have the recessed suppressor in here, it actually blocks M-lock space, so I actually can't attach anything on this upper portion of the rail. It has to be on the lower portion unless it's mounted to the Picatinny up top, which, you know, for the most part is fine. But like if I want to attach, you know, a flashlight or anything like that, then I have to do it up here. I cannot mount it down here. If I mount a flashlight up here, that means I can't mount my scope cam there, or my run cam. And it's kind of just a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do is get a quad rail and fix that. The quad rail is also, to my knowledge, full metal, so it will add a bit of weight and durability to it as well. What I'm going to do with this gun is put an HPA engine in it. So I'm going to start running this with HPA. And the reason why I decided to choose this gun over, say, my QRF or my AK-12 is because this is the cheapest replica that I currently own. So throwing an HPA engine in it will just make it infinitely better in terms of performance, in terms of reliability. I mean, it already is my most reliable gun. Like I've said, I do call this kind of old reliable, because where I've had issues with my AK-12 or my QRF, I have not had any of those issues with this gun. Anytime I plug a battery into this gun and I load a magazine, it just works. unlike the Noveski. I'm basically going to take everything that makes it a Gen 3 Lancer, and I'm going to completely strip it and remove it. I'm going to keep the gearbox components and everything like that. If something doesn't work out with the HPA, I can, you know, reconvert it into an AEG. If I do ever reconvert it into an AEG, I do want to get a better motor for it, because putting that other motor in Hunter's gun made me realize how shit the Lancer motor is. You know, if I could throw a drop stock or something on here, that would be pretty cool. That way I would still be able to run like a red dot. Or even if I do have my iron sights on, you know, I can still use iron sights with the dye mask. So I just wanted to show off the video footage of me actually hydro dipping a thing, just so that, you know, content, I suppose. And then I also have a couple of announcements at the end of the video, but I am still doing my mystery box giveaway, so once we hit 500 subscribers, I'll be doing that, so make sure you're subscribed. And then I also do have the WE Tech Galaxy sitting in the closet that I'll be giving away once we also hit 500 subscribers. Instagram DMs are open, so follow me, hit me up if you want to, I'm free to chat. And without further ado, let's just get into it. And removing the handrail was as easy as unscrewing these couple screws that were attached to this part right here. So this is all that's left of it now, just the outer barrel suppressor. These are the parts that I'm going to be dipping for this assignment. So I am by no means an expert when it comes to hydro dipping or anything related to hydro dipping. This is my first time trying anything like this, and the reason why I was doing it was, again, for the assignment for my class. Figured it'd be a fun video to upload since I decided to hydro dip the stock and the handguard for my Lancer. The reason why I decided to hydro dip the handguard is because, as I mentioned earlier, I am thinking about replacing it. So figured there's going to be no harm in spray painting it and hydro dipping it if I'm going to be replacing it in the near future anyways. But this video is not to serve as a tutorial by any means. Like I said, not an expert. If you want to know how to hydro dip, there are videos that go over the instructions a lot better than I ever could. Actual experts who can give you advice. I'm doing this in my room, which is automatically like not a great thing to do because of the chemicals, you know, when you're spray painting and stuff like that. So don't take my advice. Go ask a professional. And the stock. Go in. 30-degree angle. Nice and slowly. Oh, look at that. Boom skis. We've got a camo pattern. I tried to do the other half of the stock immediately after doing this one, so I applied down some new film and everything like that in the exact same water that was pretty dirty, and I was less than satisfied with the results, which is a pretty common theme that you are going to learn throughout this first cycle of me trying to hydro dip. So what I did instead is I just completely went through and redid not only the half of the stock, but the entire handguard after my first attempt. I made quite a few mistakes the first time that I tried doing it, and I wasn't happy with how it turned out, especially considering that I was supposed to submit this for an assignment. The pattern itself looked super dirty. I had not cleaned the water at all. If you know anything about hydro dipping, you would have witnessed several mistakes that I made when I was going through my first process. So I took the handguard, I took the stock, I repainted them, except for the half that I did originally on the stock, because that turned out really good, so I covered that with masking tape. But I repainted the other half of it, repainted the entire handguard, and this time I decided to do the dipping process in the bathroom because lugging that tub of water to my room was a pain in my ass, and I don't want to do that again because water's fucking heavy. But we are now going to get into, so this is the handguard. This is going to be the second half of the handguard that I did, and this is the very end of the process.
Slow submersion. Keep it nice and steady on the downturn. There we go. Give it a good shake off. And now, the final project. It looks a little bit muddy on the, what is this, on the muzzle end. But it doesn't look bad. Not muddy in a bad way. In fact, this coating actually, this looks a lot more clear than the other side, so I actually like this a lot. So.
Alright, so this is the Gen 3 Lancer with the Hydro Dip on it. I don't have the lock bolt in there right now just because I didn't throw it in when I took it up, but I've got some announcements to make on top of this rifle. So I think I showed before, I have the recessed suppressor in it now, so the barrel is actually only this long, and then the suppressor comes out to this long. So it's kind of got like a honey badger thing going for it, I guess. That's what people like to compare it to. Anything with a anything with a recessed suppressor gets compared to a honey badger, which is whatever. But you know, I can put a foregrip on here, have a nice rifle. I can see through the scope. Hello, everybody. But anyways, this is going to come with me to Twin Cities Airsoft. So we are officially taking a trip. It's been 2 months since I've played, which has been why there hasn't been any other uploads on top of my, you know, school and everything like that. But I got a week break coming up, so I decided why not make a trip out of it. So August 10th is a Saturday. We are taking a trip up to Emerald, Wisconsin for Twin Cities Airsoft. It's going to be a much smaller trip as far as I'm aware. There's only 5 of us going at the time of this recording. I know of there's only 5 of us going. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing. On top of that, we also have a couple more trips planned out. So August 10th, like I said, Twin Cities. August 24th, Central City is having a game day. We might hit that up. Otherwise, I know Viola is having a game day on the 17th, which I don't think I'm going to be able to make back-to-back trips, but if I could, that would be nice. I just don't think it's going to be possible. Sorry for the background noise, there's people mowing outside. And then Labor Day weekend is, I believe, the 30th, the 31st, the 1st, and the 2nd of September. We are going to be taking a trip to Michigan. We are going to, I think it's called Motorsports Indoor Arena or something like that, out towards Detroit. So I'm extremely excited for that trip. I'm going to be joining Paul and some of the Nomads, like we kind of went with HTK. I swear to God, they mow this lawn like every other fucking day. Well, then after our Detroit trip, we are going back to Sheboygan. I believe it is Operation Phoenix Rising, if I remember correctly. So we're going back up to the asylum. We're staying again for the weekend. As far as I know right now, it's going to be myself, Hunter, Jeff, Spencer, plus the Nomads. Kevin might be coming along too. I'm not certain on that yet. But we're going to be camping out there again like we did for Conflict. So expect some camping shenanigans to be thrown into the gameplay, and really looking forward to it. But that is going to do it for this video, the introduction of Operation Lancer. I hope you guys did enjoy. It has been a while since I've uploaded, and once again I do apologize for that. But we've got some trips coming up. I'll have some gameplay coming out soon within the next month or so, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'll try to go back in my archives and see what I have that I can upload, see if there's anything else from like Paul's footage or anything that I can upload there. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Do not forget, I am still doing my 500 subscriber mystery box giveaway. At the time of this recording, I believe we're about 65 subscribers away. And then on top of that, I do have the WE Galaxy still sitting up in my closet, so I'm going to be giving that away as well. Don't forget, I do have Instagram. My DMs are open. I'm going to put the link in the description, so if you want to hit me up, go ahead and feel free. I've had a couple people message me so far, had some fun conversations. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.